All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started with our doTERRA and Certified Health Coach class today. I'm so excited that all of you are here. Hopefully you can hear me okay. If you can't, if there's any audible, just send me a little text. And yes, this is a live webinar, so you are going to be able to see some of you. I wanted this to be interactive so that at the end of the webinar, we can do some Q&A and get your questions asked. But I'm really excited to teach you today on how I, as a certified health coach, use doTERRA to expand my health coaching practice, and how my health coaching practice has also expanded my doTERRA business. And I think that's why a lot of you are here. And so this is specifically for people who have done some health coaching before, maybe have some type of certification. Maybe you're a personal trainer, you're a health coach, you're an energy worker, maybe you're a chiropractor or some type of therapist. I think so many of these things can apply to all of those things. But again, we'll save some time at the end for some Q&A for you. So my name is Kalli Wilson, and I just want to tell you really quickly about my journey. I've always loved health and fitness, and was a fitness model actually for a long time for various companies. I grew up in Hawaii, so my dad was really into, he was a noni farmer, and he was really into natural health, and my mom was a nurse. And so health and fitness and natural health in particular was always a part of my life. And some of you kind of know my story, but what ended up happening was my husband and I decided to become entrepreneurs. We started our own company around 2000, I think it was 2008, and the market kind of crashed, and so did our company. Things tanked. And then as a family, we were in a little bit of crisis. We were struggling with different health things, looking for some serious solutions. And a friend of mine introduced me to doTERRA essential oils. I had no idea that literally one drop of essential oil would change my life and put me on a course that I love, that I didn't really even know was out there for me. And so I do have to thank this beautiful person named Melissa Robertson, who just, again, put me on that wellness journey where I found that my true passion is really helping people to progress in all aspects of their lives. And so I signed up just to get the oils at wholesale, not really interested in selling them or sharing them. I was just getting them really just to learn about them and to be nice to my friend. And as soon as we started to have results with the oils that were pretty profound in many ways, I couldn't help myself. I had to share. It was like I had found, right, the secret, I don't know, ingredient to life, and I just had to share. I called my sister in Hawaii. I called my sister-in-law in San Francisco. I called my boss, and I just said, you guys have to have these oils into your home. And the more I shared, and the more people were coming back to me saying, oh, Kalli, I've had such incredible results. How do I do this? How do I get these as a business? And then how do I share too? Quickly, I found myself in a position where I thought, well, I can either do this as a business or I can sit back and let other people do it. And I thought, oh, I want to do this, and I want to do it big, and I want to help change the world one drop at a time. And I want to partner with wonderful people. And so there goes my natural health launch. And I found that I loved entrepreneurship, and I loved helping people. And it was very lucrative as well. Now, the dilemma that I found is that I just needed more information. I wasn't a coach. I didn't really know how to go on the wellness journey, and they were coming to me with questions about their health, weight loss, different things. And so I decided that it could be very useful for me to get some type of certification and to learn a little bit more. And I was introduced at a doTERRA convention to a woman named Laura Jacobs, who forever changed my life. She is the Brilliant Solutions founder. She's a holistic health practitioner, also a presidential diamond, and she runs once a year a holistic health certification course. And it's a 3-day conference. And I had no clue really what holistic health coaching was. But I met her, and she said, well, why don't you come and check it out and see if it resonates with you? So I registered for the course. And it was very intensive, amazing. She covered different stressors that people have. You know, when we feel out of balance in our lives, it could be due to deficiencies, again, in our diet. It could be to toxicities, including maybe a toxic environment or toxic diets or toxic relationships. It could be an imbalance. Maybe there's things that are imbalanced in our life and we need to adjust that. And so she really helped to open my eyes to, like when we are coaching people, or when people come to us, they could say one thing, like I have this physical issue, but it could have a psychological component. It could, they could be struggling on an emotional level, and it's all interacting, it's all playing, right? That's the holistic part of it, that we aren't just one, we aren't just our knee pain. There's so much more to the story in terms of helping people to find wholeness and balance in this life. And so she opened my understanding to the different stressors that people can have, and then also the balancers. And of course, doTERRA essential oils were a part of helping people find homeostasis or finding balance in their lives. And I thought it was just absolutely fascinating. And so in that course, I learned how to do muscle response testing. It's also called biofeedback or muscle testing. And I honed that skill, and that's been very, very useful. Although not necessary to help coaching, I found it to be, again, just another skill that's helped me to really hone in and discover truth. So that's been really cool. And I also found some disadvantages, though, like you're kind of left to your own to figure out how to do the whole coaching thing, how to market, what pricing you should charge people. And I really felt like I wanted a national accreditation. And so again, if you're interested in her course, and I think it's phenomenal, this is the link to get more details. There is one coming up, and I don't want to date this webinar, but this one is September 2016. And if you want to hurry and jot that down, it's going to be fabulous. And it's for those of you who are attending doTERRA convention right around the same time. So I'll let you go ahead and write that down if you're interested. But again, great introduction. I guarantee you will be fire hosed a little bit. She's amazingly intelligent, and you'll just experience a wealth of knowledge. But just know that you can repeat it. I went back 2 or 3 times, and every time just learned so much more. And it's enhanced my my coaching practice, my wellness consult. It's been fantastic. And so after I went to that course, I decided to register and attend the Institute for Integrated Nutrition. It's a wonderful school back on the East Coast in New York. It was put together by Joshua Rosenthal. And I'm kind of assuming that a lot of you that are joining me today are also graduates of IIN. And again, it's a year-long course, fantastic. I did it while I was pregnant. It's all online. It's really doable for the stay-at-home mom, or if you're busy with another job, or if you're building doTERRA. It's something that I found that it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too difficult. And what I loved is that after I graduated and became a certified holistic health coach, it started to open some really cool doors for me. So IIN and doTERRA were a huge compliment, and I have even found that a lot of big leaders in doTERRA, including Brianne Hovey and her husband, 2 of those, and Haley Hobson, also went to the same school. And I just found that it's very natural for my doTERRA customers to become wellness clients of mine who come to me and say, okay, thank you for the wellness, but like, how do I continue my coaching with you? And then my wellness consults, if they weren't wellness advocates, became wellness advocates very easily, because in every coaching session, I coach with essential oils. Why? Because they accelerate the work so much easier. And so people that come coach with me naturally become wellness advocates with me. And what's cool is that, we have this idea where doing network marketing, that we're building a pipeline, right? We want to build residual income. And by having people buy products and reorder those products, that allows you to create residual income. But sometimes you've got to have like fast cash too, right? And so I found that it's a really good complement in terms of hauling buckets. So actually working and getting paid for time, and then again, working on that long-term residual income, just a really nice compliment there. And then of course, because I had a certification, and again, you can do doTERRA without a certification. There's plenty of very successful people who have become very successful in doTERRA without any type of holistic health certification. But for me, it just felt like that was something that I wanted, and it's something that I would enjoy, learning about to help people. And I found that so many doors opened. I was asked, because I was a holistic health coach, to speak at the Utah Palliative Convention, where it was the room was filled with doctors and nurses. And I think because I had that certification, I had a little more credibility, and I went in a lot more confident with that kind of backing. I've also noticed that my partnerships have expanded. And so because I'm a certified holistic health coach, I've been able to partner with doctors. For instance, I just met with a doctor 2 weeks ago who wants to be working with a health coach. He wants to be able to refer his patients to someone who can then work with them on a physical, with their diet or rest or emotional level. And so that's really cool. And then again, just that more credibility to do public speaking, presenting, hosting classes, and even conducting workshops. As an IIN graduate, you've learned that, with that certification, you can go in and do, yoga workshops or wellness workshops for corporations. And so again, just more doors open when you have credentials and credibility. What IIN taught me was that, one, I love, this is what I love to do. It's my zone of genius. I love helping people progress. And what's cool is I learned at IIN that it's really not that hard, and it doesn't have to be that complex. I learned how to create a coaching practice from my home. And a lot of my clients I meet with over the phone. And that's really convenient when you're doing doTERRA and you're raising children and you need to work your businesses during the cracks of your day. I also learned that it's really important to write up contracts. That, IIN gives you the understanding that when people sign up with you, there's a system, there's a structure that we do this, right? And ideally, when people want to be coached, we sign a contract and there's a set price and set expectations. And that's very, very helpful for you to go back and review, this is, again, what I'm supposed to be doing, how am I supposed to set this up? And then, of course, how to do group programs. And I learned actually how to do group programs through doing doTERRA programs. So both businesses have really taught me so well, and I think have really made me a well-rounded coach, because I've had to be able to coach, again, business builders, but then turn around and coach people that, again, want to just improve their lives and improve their health. And what I've learned is what people really want is an accountability partner. They could go to the gym by themselves, or they could go to learn how to eat well by themselves, but it just makes it so much easier when they've got some skin in the game in terms of cash, and then they have someone kind of looking over their shoulders saying, hey, how's it going? Checking in on them. And an outside observer can be so crucial to help somebody just clarify their goals, put a plan in place that includes daily action steps, and then follow up. And that's really what people are craving, is just that social accountability. And so I found that as wellness advocates using doTERRA products, we have a huge advantage over a lot of health coaches. I learned that in my group settings when we were doing calls with other people that were becoming health coaches, because they're basically, they're learning all of these different dietary theories, and then they're trying to figure out what's right for the person. But with essential oils, we can be so much more intuitive and really hone in. And I'm going to share with you how I do that in my coaching session, how I can really hone in and discover, okay, what exactly does someone need, and how can we accelerate the work? And I've learned that with oils, we have such fast results. If you're working with someone that comes to you and they're tired and they're just not sleeping at night, and because they're not sleeping at night, their days are off, and then they're overweight because they're doing, all this self-nurturing through eating. If we can just provide in that session, hey, let's get you sleeping better. Let's work on getting to bed earlier, but why don't we include lavender or serenity during your nighttime routine? And they call us back and go, oh my gosh, I haven't slept like that for years. Thank you so much. What was that? All of a sudden you bumped up your value as a coach because they're seeing fast results, and business is thriving, right? So our products are awesome because they work on such multiple levels. So physically, when people are coming to you and they need soothing support, emotionally, when they're grieving and they're trying to overcome loss, or maybe they're having a difficult time with self-love, right? Body image issues, like we have oils for that. Oh my goodness, they're amazing, right? Mentally, maybe they're having a hard time focusing. Well, guess what? We've got Vetiver, we've got Intune, we have such great support at our fingertips. So always, whenever someone coaches with me, I have the oils right there on my desk, and we're using them during that session. I've even had sessions where someone comes to me and they can't even talk because they're so emotionally overwhelmed and they're sobbing, right? And I'm not a therapist, I'm just a holistic health coach. I'm going, okay, I'm not going to do therapy here, but I can say, hey, why don't we take a second and put some Purify on your feet, put a little aroma touch on your neck, and let's just take a second. And literally, I've seen people sit there for 30 seconds, their eyes wide open, going, oh my gosh, I don't know what you just gave me, but I feel so peaceful right now. Okay, let's move on with our session. So really, we have such a gift at our fingertips, and even spiritually, so many people are wanting or craving that divine connection to the inner self, to God, the higher power. And so I found that even during a holistic health coaching practice, I found that that's so important to quiet, right? The noise, the chaos of the world, and bring in connection. And so we've got oils for that. We're so insanely blessed. I don't even know how I do my coaching practice without our products. So totally leverage that. Such a great leverage. So let's just talk about different scenarios and how you can do both, to build both practices, both businesses. And so let's talk about how you can, again, doing your doTERRA business, transfer, people that attend your classes or people that you're interacting with into coaching clients. And this has happened several times to me. And so, in doTERRA, we're supposed to be sharing, right? We're supposed to be inviting. We hopefully are teaching classes on a regular basis, oil classes, and then we're teaching classes for the people that we're enrolling, right? And so I have found that learning how to just leverage those classes can really help, and also provide additional benefit to the people on your team and the people that attend. And so in oil classes, I have found that your introduction is pretty crucial. And so that's kind of where you're setting the precedence for why they should listen to you. And so I always take the host aside, the person that's introducing me, or if you're introducing yourself, and just kind of give them like 3 things just to introduce me with. Like, okay, so this is Kalli Wilson. She is a mother of 4. She's also a certified health coach, and her expertise is on essential oils and wellness. So excited for you to hear from her today. And then, with that, I thank the host, I edify her, and then I go on to say, yeah, I've been doing health coaching for so-and-so years. I went to this amazing school. And, and kind of go from there, just to kind of let them know, like, you're serious. You're serious about coaching them. You're bringing value. I tell them my passions. I love doing what I do in doTERRA and as a health coach, because I love helping people progress. It's so much fun. And that's why I'm here today, right? So you're setting them up, telling them your passion. And then during the class, I always share personal experiences with oils with me and my family. And then I share experiences from coaching people. And I never want to just give individual examples or, ever have that kind of client reach. And so I kind of generally speak in terms of generalities. And so, for instance, when you're teaching about essential oils, I'll just kind of put the plug in. I find that when I work with clients who have a goal to lose weight, the Slim and Sassy blend and the lifelong vitality are so important. And everyone that I coach, I recommend that they get on lifelong vitality, because I see amazing results. And I just put that plug in, or I say, when working with clients who are struggling emotionally, oil, I can't see what I know, Serenity can help accelerate the emotional work they are doing, for instance, right? And so I'm just kind of, again, putting those plugs in because I have certain intentions when I'm teaching in class, right? I mean, my intention is to grow my doTERRA business. My intention is to help people be empowered with essential oils so they can change their life. Absolutely, that's my intention. Right? My intention is to help coach people. If that's what I want to do, I want to find the right people to coach. I'm at a point in my life where I don't want to coach just anybody. I want to coach the right people for me who are ready for change. And so, put that plug in, give them those examples to kind of lend them understanding of your experience and your desire, right? To really help them. And then as you close your class, this is a great time again to add more value to what you're doing and then pique curiosity. And so when you're closing the class and you're talking about which kits they should buy, you can say one of the benefits of signing up with a kit tonight is a free wellness consult. I normally charge $70 per session or more. And so this is an incredible value for you signing up tonight. And I also, by the way, when you sign up on my team, you can attend my several workshops absolutely free. I also do individual and group coaching. And if you're interested in something more serious like that, please come talk to me. Or you can also pass out a handout sheet for them to write their information down. And, you know, I have many times, countless times actually, I have, after a presentation, and again, perfect your presentation, get it good. The way that you get better is do it. Teach your classes, get feedback, see what's working. And honestly, I've just taught hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of classes. I really, truly have. And so I know what works for me. I know what to say. And I have countless times have had people come up to me and say, I would love for you to coach me, or could you coach my son? I just did a presentation for a sixth grade graduation, and I did some life coaching pieces in there, and I let the parents know, like, oh, this is what I do. I'm a life coach. I'm a holistic health coach. And I had people in the audience come up to me and say, I think my daughter needs to work with you. So wherever you go, whenever you have an opportunity to present and to share your knowledge, let people know what you do so the right people can find you. Let's talk about coaching clients now into wellness advocates, right? How do I guide my clients into my doTERRA business? And I found this to be really fun. Now, in the beginning, it felt really awkward. Like, I was like, how do you just tell people to sign up? Like, how do you do a sell, right, during a coaching session? And I watched Laura Jacobs do it. She, I actually went to her. I took my mom to her to get some coaching, and I've taken my son to her to get coaching. And she did it so effortlessly. There was no emotional baggage whatsoever in the way that she presented. It was so easy, and I just loved it. And so I've been modeling her more and more. And so this is honestly now how I do my session. And so again, if someone wants to do health coaching with me, this is, we talk about it. I tell them my expectations. I ask what theirs are. I figure out if it's going to be the right fit. And then again, I have coaching packages, right? So in IIN, and maybe some of you are from other schools, which is fine. So you'll have to just be flexible with me. I just know what I do. I have coaching practices. So I have packages. So I have a 3-month coaching package, a 6-month coaching package. Each of those can be extended if needs be. I used to do just one-on-one coaching sessions, and I've moved away from that, where I would just charge like $75 for a half-hour coaching session with me. And I just don't do that just because of time anymore. So I really want to work with the right people. And so I just, again, do that interviewing process, find out who I want to coach, make sure that they have paperwork prior to coming to the first session. They filled out health histories. And so when they're showing up for their very first session, some of you may do a free session and then do like the real session, right? When they're coming for the real session, as soon as I make sure all their paperwork is in order, I have their liability release signed, their contracts are signed, they sit at the desk, and the first thing I actually do is use a Zyto scanner. And some of you may or may not have that. I've just found those to be very, very helpful in giving me some useful information. And I'll tell you what I'm looking for. They're sitting there at the desk with their hand on the Zyto. I can see the oils that are coming up. And already the oils are going to start hinting to me of their priority. And as you learn more about oils and as you coach more people, you're going to start to see the oils in a very different light. And it's so cool because in about, 5 minutes, I can generally figure out more or less the physical things they're struggling with, and then perhaps even the emotional and the spiritual things. And so, they're getting their Zyto scan, and during Zyto scan, I'm asking them, okay, let's just be really clear. During the next, 3 to 6 months, depending on your coaching practice, what is your primary goal? And I say to them, write down 3 to 5 adjectives of where you want to be. So some of the examples that I've seen, and these are like really common examples, they'll write down in a sentence, I want to be centered, grounded, peaceful, confident. I get that a lot from women. I want to feel grounded. I want to feel peaceful. I want to feel healthy, be in the best shape, love my body, be happy, whole. I want to feel organized, beautiful, accomplished. I'm getting my goals. That's where I want to feel. That's where I want to be. And so already I'm getting a very clear understanding of what's important to them and what we really need to be working on. So then after we set the intention, and now again, I have the oils to give me some hints, I figure out with them what is standing in the way. Now, if you know how to muscle test, this is where this can come in handy. But if you don't, just ask, what is standing in the way? What's getting in the way of you accomplishing your goal? And again, it could be their diet or lack of exercise. They're too busy. They don't have enough time. I just write those things down. And as a health coach, what I'm really trying to do is, again, discover truth. And intuitively, again, really just kind of have that quiet space in my mind to ask the question, what's really standing in your way? What's happening? And as we ask more questions, again, we get more information. Now, the biofeedback and Zytoscan are so awesome because, again, I hear what they're saying, but sometimes I need to know what's really going on. And sometimes they don't even know what's really going on. And so let me give you kind of an example, a general example of a woman that I was coaching. She came to me because she wanted to lose weight. She's like, I'm 30 pounds overweight, can't get it off. What's going on? And, without intuitive coaching, I probably would have said, if I was a personal trainer, well, you got to hit the gym, you got to eat right, all these things. But I did her oils. I scanned her oils, and she came up with whisper and geranium and these floral oils. Now, if you understand personality of oils, that should kind of give you a clue of maybe what she really was struggling with. And so we just took some time to open the Modern Essential book. You can look at geranium and you can kind of see, okay, this is kind of what geranium is for. Let's go ahead and look in the emotions book too, just for more clues and information here. We're just doing some research. And again, when we looked at whisper and geranium, if you look at those oils and the story of those oils, and these books, by the way, are available at aromatools.com or oillife.com. If you learn the story of geranium, when people are in need of geranium, it's sometimes due to love and trust, right, in the world, or somehow there's a breach. And as we read the stories, she instantly started crying, had this complete emotional release. And when we started to really talk, the priority was not go hit the gym and lose weight. The priority was self-love and forgiveness and some emotional repair. And so rather than, again, I know what she wants to do in 6 months, but our goal is to make them whole and happy and centered and peaceful. I felt yes, we're going to work on let's eat better, let's go get some exercise. But why don't we focus just for a second on healing some relationships? And so let's use the geranium on the heart. Let's go ahead and use the whisper. And together we discussed and found something that felt so good to her in terms of her homework. And then again, I think words are so powerful, and giving people new stories and new intentions for their future is powerful. And so based on, maybe the physical ailment that they're struggling with, we can then go to You Can Heal Your Life with Louise Hayes and find the affirmation then that can support the goal. Is this making sense, you guys? It's a really phenomenal thing, and your coaching practices are going to whoosh, go through the roof, and people are going to be, their jaws are going to drop, and they're going to go, how did you know that? And you're like, I really didn't, but I just know my oils, so I can detect stories pretty easily. And then give them their homework. So then I give them an assignment for the next 2 weeks to work on, or whenever you have your coaching practices. For me, I do 2 coaching sessions a month for 6 months. And so I give them enough homework to work on for 2 weeks. And then I have them give me a weekly check-in on Fridays. And so they have to just fill out a form online through Google Forms, or you could just have them shoot you an email answering specific questions so that they are weekly accountable to me as well. And then after we've already established the oils that they need based on the Zytoscan, or, you don't have to have a Zytoscan, it just kind of helps. Or you can just, again, pick oils for them. I just tell them, hey, by the way, these are the oils that are really going to help you these next 2 weeks. So do you have a wholesale membership in doTERRA? And if they do, then I say, great, go put those on your next order ASAP. And if they say, no, I don't, I say, oh, well, you can buy them retail through me, or it's much better just get them wholesale. You should just get them the same price that I get them. And they're like, okay, sounds good. And I'm like, here's an IPC, a wellness advocate agreement. Let's just fill that out. Make sure you have the oils you need. And let's be on our way. And I try, again, I've done doTERRA for a long time, so I have extras of most of the products. And so I have them actually in my home. And so I'll just say, actually have these 5 oils. So let me go get those really quick. We'll make up a little protocol for you. And I make sure I write it down, like, okay, we're going to use Serenity to sleep at night. Let's go ahead and use Breathe during the day, whatever it is, right? Let's use the Lifelong Vitality Pack on a consistent basis the next 2 weeks. And then in 2 weeks, we'll reassess. And then I generally just go to my stash, get them their oils, and tell them I'm going to order, your oils, and then I'm going to have them sent to me to replace the oils that you took. And they're just fine with that, and they're on their way. And then again, after 2 weeks, we reassess, like, how do those oils work for you? What's going on? What you need new goals? And again, I'm holding on to their original intention, whatever those first 5 adjectives were. Like, that's what we're holding on to, and that's what we're working towards. So anyway, it's fun, guys. We have like the best job. I love it. It's so fun. So let me give you an example of how this works. So for instance, maybe their goal is, I want more peace, I want to feel more centered in life, and I want more energy. And as you're talking to them, you discover, like, how many hours of sleep are you getting? They're getting like 4 hours of sleep, right? So they're not getting enough rest. They have lots of downtime. Their diet's really off because they're self-nurturing through sugar and junk food, right? So you can kind of already see, okay, how is this interfering with a peace-centered, more energy thing? It's already making sense. Okay, why, right? And they are not, and you ask them, okay, why aren't you getting downtime, or why don't you take power naps, or what's going on? And a lot of moms, I've noticed, women go, oh, I feel guilty, like that's selfish, or if I take 4 hours in solitude, that's just like, that's not, I can't do that, And so again, so you're going, okay, well, the guilt is obviously the stressor too, and it's just this vicious cycle that they're not getting out of. And as you scan them with the Zetto scanner, the oils are coming up, like Serenity, GX, Mito2 Max. And so if I'm seeing those things coming up, already I'm going, okay, yeah, we need better quality sleep. We need to cleanse because their diet bites, right? And then again, okay, adrenals are probably fatigued, like Mito2 Max, let's bring that in and give them more support. And so personal coaching insight here is like, this woman needs massive cleansing and renewing. So that's going to be our high priority, our high focus. And her homework, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm going to highly recommend that we start coaching this month with the Cleanse and Renew 30-day process. And this is the Cleanse and Renew kit. It's $150, whatever it is. And it might be a little bit more now. This is the kit. This is the protocol. We're gonna do the protocol. We're gonna work on this. You're gonna increase your water intake. And then we're gonna add Serenity to sleep at night, and Mito2 Max, right? And so again, we're writing down just small goals. I've learned that if you give people too much, they're overwhelmed. So we just work on like 1 or 2 things. And so with this particular person, we're gonna introduce 2 new habits, right, into her life. So it's going to be the Cleanse and Restore. So it's just taking what she needs and drinking more water. And then we're going to set a specific bedtime. Okay, we're going to work on getting to bed by 10:30, and we're going to make sure that you have a beautiful bedtime routine where you feel spoiled. Even if it's just 15 minutes, you're going to take some time to self-nurture. And so, you go in your bedroom, put the kids down, it's your time, go take a bath, diffuse Serenity, or put it on your, so again, I'm just working on changing a few health habits so that they can progress towards their bigger goals. And then of course we schedule the next appointment. So your next appointment is going to be July 23rd. We're going to review and raise your goal. And then I'm just writing notes of what I want to introduce the next time that we meet. And then again, how does this again help the doTERRA business? Well, they're now wellness advocates, and now I can give them more information that can enhance their knowledge on essential oils in this amazing world that I just introduced them to. And so I can involve them into my doTERRA community. Maybe you have a Facebook group, maybe you have weekly classes or workshops, and you can invite them to that. Maybe you just let them know. Maybe you're an influential person and you just say, hey, by the way, I'm looking right now for wellness educators for my essential oil business. I want people that I can work with that are interested in coaching, but also interested in teaching classes. Do you know anyone like that? Are you like that? And I've actually found that some of my clients have actually turned into builders. And I even have a blue diamond on my team that started out as just a coaching client. And so you can, yeah, totally, like, you know, and there's no pressure cell with me. It's always just casual. It's just like, hey, by the way, this is what I do. My other business is this. And is that something you'd ever be interested in? Or do you know someone? You know, and sometimes they're like, oh, my wife would totally love to learn more about that. And so again, keep it professional, no hard sell here, but again, just as a favor, just so you know, this is another thing that I do that can bring value to your life. Okay, how do I expand my practice? So let's shift gears now. That's a kind of an insight on in my coaching sessions. Let's look at, again, how do I use my IIN or my health coaching certification, or maybe you have a RN, right? Maybe you are an RN. How do I use that to expand my practice? What's really, really cool is, again, you can offer wellness workshops, right? Just getting out, being visible, just letting people know what you do can be really, really huge for you to get into new markets, right? And so wellness workshops, maybe you have a weekly class that you do, or a weekly workshop, monthly workshop, quarterly workshops, or maybe you put on, maybe you pull other wellness people together and you put on, you know, a 2-day seminar. For some of you, maybe you're not quite ready for that, but open your mind to the possibility of stepping into that professionally as a health coach and going, you know what, I do wellness workshops. That's what I do. Let me show you how easy that is too in just a second. And then also, as a health coach, you got to kind of start to really think about, like, what is my personal brand? You know, what makes me unique? What's my edge? And even in the IIN world, what's really cool is there's so many different types of coaches, right? There are people that have graduated who are like cooking experts, and they write cookbooks, and they are, you know, the Andrew Beemans of the world, where they are, that's how they're branding themselves. You know, I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to teach you how to cook better. I'm going to cook with your family, and I'm going to do weekly cooking classes, and you can invite your friends. And, or maybe you love, you know, health and fitness, and that's your deal, right? You're like a gym rat, and you're like, I love to help people get in shape. I love helping people just get out and work out. Maybe you are a personal trainer, and this is your personal brand, and this is your niche. I've had health coaches that I worked with who specialize in being body image experts. So that's their specialty, is helping women to love their body again. And they have a whole program on helping people to love their body, right? And to have that healthy relationship so that we're not denying the body things, but we're actually nourishing it with goodness. I work with people who specialize in emotional coaching. And this is an area that, and I love nutrition and I love health and all those things, but I love the emotional coaching side and spirituality and spiritual coaching. That's kind of sometimes, yeah, where I like to play. I kind of diversify myself a little bit, but I have found that I love coaching executive leaders in this way. I've worked with people that are energy coaches. I have people that love to just teach people how to use natural products. So they do, you know, home makeovers, and their whole program is about, you know, making over your home so that it's healthy for you and your kids, right? There's people that do solely celebrity coaching. You know, they branded themselves as a celebrity coach. Or again, gym rats. Or maybe you're the yoga woman, right? And you're like, I help yoga studios put into practice wellness workshops. Or maybe your brand is, I'm the essential oil lady. That's my brand. Like, I am the essential oil guru, and I help people learn more about essential oils and empower themselves with essential oils, right? And I think all of us, that's one thing we have in common, is we love oils. And so maybe that is your brand. And so whatever your personal brand is, and I hope you take some notes, and your brand doesn't have to, you don't have to force your brand or make it be something that it's not. Just kind of take some time to discover, like, where do I like to play? And then start really living in that brand, right? Living in that space. And whatever it is, incorporate doTERRA. Isn't it amazing that we have a product that can even make cleaning products? or that you can actually cook with to enhance food and make it absolutely delicious. So whatever your personal brand is, whatever your workshops are, incorporate doTERRA in it somehow. Just have the oils on hand, have people seeing you using them. I have done classes, some of my funnest classes were in Washington with a woman who owned a restaurant. Her name was Joy, and her restaurant was called Once Upon a Time in Chehalis, Washington. And she would teach in the restaurant once a month a cooking class. And different people that would come and eat at the restaurant would just come to her cooking class, and she would just teach them how to do healthy living. She was just a restaurant owner, right? And we introduced her to essential oils, and people from our team introduced her to essential oils. And she said, hey, would you come and be a commentator while I cook? Because I kind of it would be really nice to have someone else talking so that I can not be talking the whole time I'm cooking. And so I said, okay, sure. Like, what are you cooking with today? And she would send me her recipes, and inevitably they'd have oils. I mean, black pepper in it, or they'd have coriander or some kind of spice, cilantro. They would have some oils in them, or plants in them that we had oils for. So I would come and she'd be cooking, and I say, Joy, I noticed that you're using thyme. And she'd go, oh yeah, it tastes amazing for the soup. I'm like, let me tell you why I love thyme. And then I would just give people some information on benefits of thyme or benefits of black pepper, or, okay, you guys, she's cooking with rosemary today. Let me just tell you some benefits of rosemary and what you could use rosemary oil for. So as she's teaching the class, I'm passing around the oil so people can smell it. And then she's passing around like samples of what she's cooking, and everyone's oohing and ahhing. It was so fun. So again, you can just make it so fun and create curiosity and have them experience the oils no matter the class you're doing. It's so phenomenal. And so again, figure out your personal brand, be versatile, but just do something. Just test something. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just go for it and have fun. And if you're overwhelmed, you're like, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable putting together my own classes yet, you can just go to Aroma Tools. There's so many different classes. You could literally just go and say, okay, tell people, like a corporate organization, I do a wellness program. And the first 4 months, I teach these 4 classes, the natural solutions for empowered living. My next class is on cleanse and restore, so how to do a cleanse effectively. And I would, not just focus on oils. If you're advertising yourself as a holistic girl, I would kind of bring in some other things. But again, you have so many classes at your fingertips. And my 3rd class is on estrogen and women's health. And my 4th class is on skincare and natural skincare, or or on like healthy living with natural cleaning products. Whatever you want to do, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just make it really easy. And let me just tell you, like, they're going to be oohing and ahhing over this. The fact that you have, a tear sheet, the fact that you're going to make it fun, the fact that you're a health coach, or whatever you are, they're going to love it. And then there's another thing that I found recently at Aroma Tools and Oil Life that will seriously make your coaching super easy, your workshops, your classes. It's called Take Your Education Beyond the Basics. And someone has actually put together 8 classes for you guys. And you just go through it, teaches you how to do them. And so, maybe you're doing a workshop and hey, like, that's the workshop, right? You do your intro classes, and then you do a series of classes, and that might be your group coaching program. And so again, see what's out there. Don't get intimidated. See what's out there already, and how you can just, again, put your personal flair, put your personal touch on it to bring value to people. Another book, this is just another example. Maybe your niche is yoga, and you're like, I want to mentor and coach people that are into yoga. And I want to build doTERRA through yoga studios. That is definitely a possibility. And this is, again, another resource that's awesome because it basically teaches you how to do a monthly workshop for a year in yoga studios. And so I'm actually launching this right now in Farmington, Utah, up north in Utah. And a yoga studio is going to that's what we're going to do. We're just going to study the monthly thing, and every single month we're going to go up and just do the class for the instructors and for any students that want to come. So again, there's tons of resources out there for you to leverage, make it really easy. Now, I talked a little tiny bit about corporate wellness programs, and this is an area that you can play as a holistic health coach, right? And there are many corporations, if you're just willing to make some calls and just, again, promote yourself a little bit and just tell people what you do. And again, bring that confidence to it, right? Don't be scared. Just like get out there and act like you are the professional, because guarantee you know more than they do, right, about health and wellness after going to IIN. You can actually talk to different corporations and be put in touch with their wellness specialist. When I was in Hawaii, my parents, who also do doTERRA, they also have a medical background, got in touch with a bank, with a big bank there. And this bank does have a wellness program for their employees, like a lot of corporations do, because if they can keep their employees healthy, right, then they have to pay less in insurance, and they have less time off. Like it's really bad for corporations when they have unhealthy employees. And so they just went in and were able to link arms with this bank that did a monthly wellness workshop type thing, who was desperate for speakers. Like they were like, please come and teach. We this is our job to keep this going, and we just need more topics. And so they linked arms with this corporation. They go in and teach once a month, and they've signed up their employees, and they've done special promotions. Like if you are an employee of this bank, like you get to maximize this promotion this month, or have a special wellness consult, or whatever it is. And so many ways to grow your coaching practice. If you're willing to just make some calls and discover, what's out there and what you can partner with. I've even just recently had a doctor approach me and say, I want to partner with a health coach that I can send people to, because I can prescribe them medication, but my specialty is not their lifestyle, once they leave my clinic. So if you could bring in a health coach, or if you could help coach clients and work on their lifestyle, I think that my patients are going to start to see much more improvements in their health. And so a lot of doctors, surprisingly, are looking to partner with health coaches. Chiropractors, same thing. Even personal trainers, right? They want to do the gym part, and they want to do the physical workout, but they really are like, can you bring in the emotional coaching and the physical coaching? I mean, the eating, nutrition coaching. And so again, make friends with other people. Go start networking. Find out where these chiropractors are hanging out. What conferences, conventions are they hanging out? And just go make friends and start talking to people and share with them what you do and what your intention is, what you want to look for. Just go out and make it happen. And the last thing I wanted to cover today was online and social media, because that is definitely a way that you can grow your doTERRA business and leverage yourself, right, as a holistic health coach in this big, vast world, and find not only coaching clients, but also business partners. And there are several big leaders in doTERRA that have leveraged the online and social media. And so you're probably already familiar with Haley Hobson, but she did go to IIN. She's a graduate and really studied, right, different successful people that have marketed themselves online and primarily built her business online, right? Massive recruiting. You're on the phone a lot doing phone calls and stuff, with people that are asking more about you. But again, this is a really great thing to do. So go ahead and you can just go to her website and study, just learn more about what she's doing and replicate that. Another graduate that's really successful, I believe she's with USANA. She's not with doTERRA. Her name's Elizabeth Ryder. I've been kind of following her and watching what she's been doing online. And again, she has online programs. Partner with Me is like partner with her coaching, with her USANA business, or even becoming a health coach. So she's an affiliate for IIN, which you all are, and people are using her affiliate link to sign up for IIN coaching, and then she gets a cutback. She gets a payback for that. So anyway, just start looking. Lots of different coaches out there that are branding themselves online, becoming an expert in something, right? Having an edge out there, but that's something definitely that you can do and to build your business. Now, in terms of, again, with compliance with doTERRA, there are some stipulations on putting all of your doTERRA products, right, on your website. So you just want to make sure that you run it by doTERRA and get in touch with compliance to see what you can put on your website. I believe once you are a diamond, though, you can be a certified doTERRA site, and you can link, to doTERRA, your doTERRA store, and all those different things. So work on that, and let's rock on the online world, right? Now, I did actually just yesterday run into a really good friend of mine. His name is Mitch Waite, and he builds his doTERRA business online, and he also works as a consultant to help other people in doTERRA build their businesses online. And he even works as a consultant for doTERRA, actually, and their online campaign. And so I actually ran into him yesterday, and he told me that he is doing a really great program. He used to charge $1,000, but now he is doing more group coaching. And to do a private website, I think his rate is like $5,000 or $7,000 if you're going to have him build your own website. But he just told me that he's doing something really affordable, and it just started. And basically, he said, if your team wants to come and just get some training, I'll walk them through step by step how to create a lead generating website and get leads with online videos and what to do. Like, he's awesome at doing the step by step thing. He said they can access the training for $1, and then I think I think the first 7 days it's $1, and then it kicks up to like $49, but you can cancel before then. But he says there's actually a lot of free information they can get already for free, and then again, if they want to go down and get more information, there's a cost to it. But I think it's really, if this is where you're being drawn to and you feel passionate about this, it's worth looking into. Now, Haley Hobson also does a program, and I've done that one too. It's a little more general, but could be very valuable, whereas, again, could be very, very valuable. Mitch Waite is a little more systematic. So he's going to give you like step 1, do this, step 2, do this, step 3, do this. And so you can check out onlinenetworkmarketingpro.com, or you could also, this is our team affiliate link down here. So if you don't want to write that down, that actually takes you to a different site with great training, but that's our affiliate link for the EO movement, and you can just, again, write that down and learn more about that. But again, follow Mitch Waite, see what he's all about, and I think that could, again, help you to create an online presence that is income producing is what we want. And again, as health coaches, I really recommend Facebook is a great place to grow your business. You can create your own Facebook page and get people to join that page, or just be present on Facebook. Let people know what you do. Tell them you do oils. Tell them that you do health coaching, and see where it takes you. Anyway, again, if you have any questions specifically for me and you need some more help or more information, you can email my assistant at support@eomovement.org, Megan. She'll be in touch with you, and if we need to book a session and we need to chat, she can arrange that. Or if you just need some quick answers, we can do that too. Also, if you want to become an IIN health coach, maybe some of you aren't health coaches and you're just curious, like, how does this work? Or maybe you're feeling drawn to further your education. I do recommend that you, sign up. It's really cool. You learn so much. This is my affiliate link, and I can also have Megan email that to you if you guys want. But if you are on our EO movement team, actually, I take that back. We're going to extend this to anyone. If you sign up through my affiliate link and you email me at support@eomovement.org, I'm going to give you a $100 scholarship for doing that. And I do want to help people progress in their lives. And so, if you sign up through someone else's link, then I can't give you that scholarship. But if you do sign up through mine, then I can bounce that back. And if you sign up through an ambassador link, you also get extra discounts off your tuition. And I think some months they even offer $1,500 off tuition if you sign up through an ambassador link. And so I do recommend signing up through an ambassador link versus just going to their website and signing on. So let me know if that's something that interests you, and we can help you on that journey as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today on the webinar. I'm going to go ahead and open it up to some Q&A for a few minutes, and we will be on our way. Let's see if I can do this, Megan. Okay, let me stop sharing. Maybe I should stop recording too, but maybe you guys have good questions that other people want to know. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll just go ahead and if you want to leave, you can go ahead and leave. If you want to stay and listen to the questions, you can do that. Okay, and I'm going to unmute all of you, so it could get noisy. So go ahead and mute yourselves. And if you have a question, just go ahead and ask away. Actually, I'm going to mute everybody. That's too noisy. And if you have a question, just unmute yourself.
I have a question, Kalli.
Okay.
It's Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
Hi. So I'm not a health coach, but I'm just asking for other health coaches on my team.
Yeah.
So if someone has already been like a health coach and has already started the work with clients, but now sort of midway wants to introduce the oils because they didn't have the oils before as a resource
Yeah.
to offer, is there sort of a different way of introducing it as opposed to like the way you described when you're starting off new with the client signing the contract and stuff?
Oh, well, they could just incorporate right into the next coaching session.
Okay.
Just say, okay, this, that's how I would do it. I would just say, okay, I'm really excited. And you don't have to have a Zyto scanner. It just kind of helps.
Mm-hmm.
But I could just bring it right to the next session. Just gradually just bring it right in. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Yeah. Just say, I found some things that I think could really help you as we're getting towards the goals. Let's discover this together.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And they could even just give little samples because they might be still learning about the oils and how they work.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they just give them a few samples to try and, report back in the next 2 days.
Yeah. Okay.
So that could be a possibility.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I think we have time for like 2 more questions. Anyone else have a question? Okay, thank you everybody for joining. Again, find me on Facebook. Kalli Wilson Coaching is my Facebook page. Or if you're part of the EO movement, I'll see you on the Facebook page there too. Good luck everyone. Have a great time. Have a good night. Bye.